Sarah didn't just believe she was a vampire. She made sure everyone else did too. At school, teachers thought she was a bit odd. She would stand uncomfortably close to them, growl and whisper, "I am a vampire." She wore dark clothes, avoided the sun, and even checked for fangs in the mirror. The teachers just smiled and asked her to give them some space. The kids at school would laugh as she hid under trees to avoid the sun. She covered herself with a black shawl and would bat her arms up and down as she ran. Her little brother, wide-eyed and gullible, believed her every word. She'd sneak into his room at night, whispering tales of midnight hunger and shadowy fangs. He was so frightened he slept with towels wrapped around his neck, convinced it would stop her bite. Each night, he double-locked his door. Each morning, he'd check for bite marks. Sarah fed this fear. She left bite marks on apples and blood-red stains near his bed. "Just a warning," she'd whisper. The more scared he got, the more Sarah believed she was transforming. Sarah was determined to tip the scale in her favor on whether she was a vampire or would turn into one. At night, she researched vampires for hours. Websites, posts, threads. Anything that would point her in the right direction. One day, she found a website that promised transformation, elixirs, talismans, and rituals. Sarah got a weekend job and would spend all her hard-earned money on them. Dark packages arrived at her house. Strange charms, mysterious bottles. Then came the final test, in one kit. The kit that would determine whether she had turned into a vampire or not. She saved for months and sent it off. When the test returned, she could not believe it. It was vampire positive. Sarah was ecstatic. She paraded to school, ready to reveal her truth. But everyone laughed. She had been made into a school joke. The cruel kids had plotted to embarrass her. It was these cruel kids that made the website, took her money, and enjoyed the prank. Defeated, Sarah went home. Her parents dismissed her when she pointed out her dimming reflection in the mirror. "The mirror's just dirty," they said, then reminded her to do her chores. Sarah gave up on her vampire dream. She got rid of her dark clothes, eyeliner, and sunscreen altogether. One night, after leaving a party early, she returned home to a dark house. No parents upstairs. Only a light faintly illuminating the stairwell to the basement. She could hear her parents downstairs, but she could not make out the words. She followed their voices down the stairs and found them in front of a mirror. Her parents were performing something that resembled a ritual. However, their reflections were gone. "Sarah!" her mother cried. "You weren't supposed to see this!" Scared yet excited, Sarah's heart raced, but a slow smile spread across her face. "So I was right all along?" she asked. "I am a vampire!" she exclaimed. Her father's eyes narrowed. "Sarah!" "You are not a vampire." Sarah looked into the mirror and saw her reflection. "We did raise you as our own, but you are not like us." Distraught, Sarah ran as fast as she could up the stairs and back to her room. She slumped into her vanity chair, crying, wondering how the world could be so cruel. Suddenly, she heard a whisper in her ear. "You shouldn't have gone to the basement." Sarah jumped, feeling the breath on her neck. She turned to her right, and standing there was her brother. He wore a wide smile and said, "Now let's see who's more afraid." As Sarah stood to confront him, the last thing she remembered was looking into the mirror. But her brother was not there.